Well, of course, there's always on the legislative side, we're continuous under attack in Congress. We were just fortunate to beat back two bills that wanted to strip prevailing rates out of appropriation bills and also to strip the ability for PLAs from various government entities. So we're always fighting on that. The other part that occupies a great deal of time right now is working with our contractors, pursuing jobs in different areas to go after the work that is being let out there, and how we get financing and how we get appropriations for more jobs to go forward. Well, it's an exciting time for all organized labor, because I think what you've seen this initial attack on the public workers do is it's carrying over and it's exposing the Republican agenda for what they want to do, and that's basically to eliminate all organized labor. Not only are they attacking the pension plans and the collective bargaining process of the public workers, but they're also collecting the ability of public agencies to sign project labor agreements, which puts our members to work. They're also proposing right-to-work legislation in a variety of states, which essentially take away the right to have a union. Well, what we share in common is the collective bargaining process. And under the collective bargaining process, during negotiations, the members decide there's more things important to them than other aspects, and they rather have one benefit as opposed to another. With public unions, they just believe they rather have this benefit as opposed to something else. But what's being attacked here is the basic right to sit down and bargain with employees, period. And that's a basic tenet of American labor movement. Well, I think the Republicans and their corporate backers, they recognize that organized labor is really the only thing that stands between them and just outright control of the workforce. The AFL-CIO is the only organization that spans coast to coast, that has an infrastructure that can deliver a large amount of people on any given issue, and has resources to back it up to lobby against those type of initiatives. And they view us as the last man standing, and their goal is to knock the last man standing down. Well, there's study after study that show that prevailing wages, you get the value. It's your productivity for what you're paid, and not how much an hour that you're paid. And our members, with their higher skills, are able to offset any increased salary costs by giving a better project design. When you think about prevailing wages, Davis-Bacon, Davis-Bacon was first proposed by Republican legislators up in New York, because what they saw was their own communities. They saw their own contractor base, which were paying what it costs to operate in that area, property taxes, taxes on inventory, the cost of living in that area. They saw them being undercut by contractors who would run in from states where their cost was a lot lower, and essentially deprive their local economy of those benefits. And that's where Davis-Bacon came about, to protect the communities, to protect the local contractors, to protect the local businesses in those areas. Well, our membership is mobilized in a variety of the states where these attacks are going on. We're seeing, right to work proposed in Missouri and Indiana and Michigan. We've seen the voice of our members speak up and convince legislators there that that is not in their best interest. And that's how we fight for more jobs for union ironworkers, and make sure that we can survive the onslaught that's against us. What's going on with organized labor, what's been brought about by the public unions, has given us a great opportunity to have the debate in this country about the value of unions and what unions bring to the table, and how do we have a rising middle class instead of a sinking middle class. And I think this whole debate is good, and I think as organized labor, we're really at a turning point right now for what we're going to be able to do in the future. I believe a lot of people are looking at this. Also, they're starting to realize that corporations do not have their best interests at heart, and I think that it's going to make them look more and more towards unions as their weapon to fight that. Appreciate everything our members do out there. You know, the events that are taking place in your communities and all across the United States are important. Appreciate your involvement in them, because as long as we stand together, we can overcome anything.